How's everybody doing? A little bit behind on getting all the preparation and stuff going, but hanging out here in the new garage. Getting ready to make deep fried donuts on sawhorses and leftover flooring from building the garage. I'm also going to be filming a long form YouTube video in the midst of all this. It'll be busy. Hopefully it's not too echoey. I mean, it's probably too echoey, but can't really do anything about it because I need the microphone set up for the YouTube video. What kind of donuts are we making? They're gonna be cinnamon and sugar sourdough discard donuts, and I'm not making anything. Jen's making it, and I'm just helping. But we're in the garage. 2 nights of food. Yeah, how about that? We're doing it in the garage. Number one, it keeps the mess out here, but like when you like deep fry stuff. But I'm testing a solar power station. It's supposed to be a sponsored video, but obviously I have to put it through its paces, make sure it functions how they advertise. And oftentimes involves testing, and I don't usually involve you guys on live in testing, but that's the way it's going to be this time, and that's okay. Kayla, thank you for the super chat. It's like a country version of Technoblade. I don't know if I know who that is. I don't think I do. Weekend of food. Donuts. Jen has made these donuts one time before, and they were super good. They're probably my favorite donuts ever. Lots of science experiments tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely. 1.2 days. It'll run that light for 1.2 days, it says. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty bright light. We'll see if we can kill the power station deep frying. I don't think we'll quite kill it, but I bet it's going to put a serious draw on it. New camera. New camera where? I mean, pretty soon all the action's going to be happening right here. Pretty soon. Jen's just getting her stuff together. Got the oil, got the donuts. That's good. Thanks, Rob, for being a supporter for 3 months. Before you turn that on,
Plugged in first.
you. Behind the scenes, guys. Usually just Twitch gets behind the scenes. Now you guys get behind the scenes. Filming clips on my Z Fold 4, and we're gonna get you guys a great shot of stuff after a bit. Thanks, Luck Dogs, for the super sticker. So I have to just plug it in. Oh, that's cool. Donuts and a deep fryer. Deep fryer should be pulling a lot of power, especially with the many donuts that we have to use to make. I've been there, but
It's chilly here. It's not great, but it's not terrible though.
put the lock on. There we go.
I'm not going back down to the house to get my apron. Walked back and forth from the garage to the house, and outdoor kitchen like 8 times in the last 15 minutes. Nope, no will.
There we go, now it's pulling power, almost 1,500 watts with the light now. All right.
It's plugged in.
Uh-huh. It's doing stuff.
All right, we're gonna heat it to 375, guys. We have sourdough discard donuts. We're gonna fry them up together. They're rising right now underneath that
Good.
towel we got there.
Get. That's done. Take you guys closer to the action. You guys
There's not much action yet.
drop down a little bit. Not yet.
I gotta go get myself, and I actually will grab my apron. I'm gonna go grab something to drink.
Oil is heating. Duckville donuts. Break in the garage with good food. That's right. Show us the donuts. I can't. I might get in trouble. Jen's got them hiding under this thing for rising purposes. Doing those cling minion things for our car to go places, do things. That is available at narrowwayhomestead.com. They are there. I don't think they're sold out. There's actually not a huge quantity of them. Frying the ducks. Maybe eventually. Not all of them, though. There we go. As it's checking out, looking for all the food. Using the heat the oil. That would be this electric deep fryer. And a power station. Should have no problem getting them all fried up in 2 hours. That'll last at least 2 hours. Get away from the food. Meaning a donut eater? No, absolutely. Donut time is heavenly time. Donald, thanks. It is, it is. Only donuts I made was with the 68 Nova.
Hello. Little boy.
Good boy, Edson. He wants to be real involved. I just need to keep him away from the deep fryer. He doesn't know anything about those yet. Doesn't need to know anything about them. Yep, that's getting warm.
Not unless he's gonna be my sous chef.
Sous chef.
You giggled like you don't know what a sous chef is.
I don't.
It's kind of like when you're a carpenter and you had a right-hand man that would kind of run
Do
and
all
get
this
you
stuff.
things and do things, do extra stuff on the side for you so you could do the important things
Right,
and the fancy things.
right.
It's a helper. He's second in command to the chef.
That's cool.
Sous chef.
Sous chef. Thought it was maybe somebody that made the sushi while the chef made the other stuff. Since sushi isn't cooked, they couldn't screw it up.
Maybe it's sushi. Suhi and not sushi.
That could be too, I don't know. Grapes get dried. No, we gave up on it. Apparently grapes take a really long time.
They're so good, all chewy though.
Yeah, no, they're delicious that
Kinda
way. Like,
free candy.
if we were trying to preserve them for 20 years, it would have been a failure. But since we just wanted to eat them, it was not a failure.
Eat them.
So,
Yeah,
thanks
all
for the
kinds of
super
things.
sticker.
Laid around to eat and you haven't touched any of it.
We do.
Cookies, Krispies, dried apples, dried grapes. Now you want donuts. You haven't touched any of it.
I had a crispy treat this morning.
Because I handed it to you.
Mm-hmm. That's typically when I eat stuff. Horse feed. So, with that super sticker. Thank you. We're drinking on tonight. I got a margarita, Jen has a water, and I might go get some sparkling water. Fancy bubbly water.
So these donuts, to make the dough, you heat a cup of water between 110 and 120 degrees. You add that to a third cup of sugar and mix it, and then sprinkle a dry yeast packet, which is like 2 1/4 teaspoons, over the top of it. Cover it, let it sit for, it took mine about 15 minutes till it was all incorporated and bubbly on top. Then once it's bubbly on top, then you add 8 tablespoons of softened, like the softer the better, softened butter. Mix that in there with a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm telling you this from memory. I'm telling you this from memory, so hold on. The nutmeg, the butter, a heaping 1/2 cup of sourdough discard. So what you're pulling from your sourdough when you're feeding it. I think that was it. And then you mix that in really, really good with your mixer. And then you slowly add in 3 3/4 cup of flour. I use my KitchenAid with the dough hook, put it on medium, and just let it go and go and go. After about 4 minutes, it should start to pull all the dough from the sides of the pan, or the sides of the bowl, and start to incorporate it up onto the dough hook. If it's still too sticky and sticking to the bowl, then you just add a little bit of flour, like a tablespoon at a time, until it gets to where it's pulled up. You don't want it to be a big, thick ball of dough. You don't want it to be real dry, but you want it to pretty much incorporate the majority of itself onto the dough hook. Then you know it's ready. Then you set it inside a greased bowl and cover it with saran wrap and stick it in your refrigerator for anywhere from an hour to overnight. And it'll double in size. Then your dough's ready and you pull it out on the counter to about a 1/2 inch thick. You'll see mine varies. Cut your donut shapes. I have regular donut shapes, the donut holes, and I have some that look like West Virginia. And then cover them and let them sit for a little bit. They'll puff up and start to look like that. How puffy they're getting.
Luck Dogs, thank you for the super chat. You guys
They'll puff up like that.
so like our homestead in North Nevada.
And then we are going to throw them in the grease and fry them up.
And it just
Nate
got
likes
the
them with just
temperature.
granulated sugar. We've got the grease heating to 375.
It's there, it made it.
All right. We're gonna throw some donuts here in a second.
Hopefully you're not in Jen's way. You guys, and as the content is great, love from Iowa.
Thank you.
Let me change the lighting so you guys
Who
see
here with
better.
us tonight made the Twitch live last night when we made the Not Your Average Rice Krispie treats? Anybody get to see all that? That was a lot of fun.
It's better.
A Simpson frosted donut, that's funny. You were there on Twitch, I did. Oh, a bunch of you were. You missed it, oh no.
There should still be a replay over there.
We are in the new garage, we are. Nate says there should be a replay over there, you should be able to see it. You're loving the cooking with Jen, awesome. Humboldt, Iowa, hello. You missed the crispy treats. Oh, they were fantastic too. I actually had a couple people get the ingredients and cook along with me. That was kind of fun. All right, let's fry some donuts, guys. Let's fry some donuts. Let me get my hair back. I lost my ponytail holder. Do you see where it went? Is it in my shirt?
I don't see anything.
Well, it was in a ponytail, so it's got to be somewhere.
No doubt.
In my hoodie or...
I don't know. I feel like there's a bulge thing.
Well, I guess I'm not pulling my hair back.
I can find it, maybe.
All right.
There it was.
Thank you. At $3.75. And these only take a couple minutes. I remember doing this last time. The fun part is trying to flip them. Let's start with some donut holes.
Got a lot of donuts, guys. It's gonna be quite interesting to see how many we can get on this power station. Don't mind me talking, guys. I'm also filming.
You guys are getting the behind the scenes filming as well.
Behind the scenes. We have the oil at
$3.75.
Jen has the oil at 375. It's up to temperature. It used quite a bit of the capacity. We're at 90%.
I think that one flipped too soon. Don't flip yet. Ooh, look how golden brown that one's getting. Ooh, look at those ones. Don't flip yet. I love watching
Even
them
though
get
it's a lot of
so
donuts, we should have plenty of power to finish them off.
and just kind of flip them the best you can. They don't, sometimes they get full of air and they don't want to flip. Come on. I need you to be brown on both sides. Well, we're gonna fight with that one. He wants to be wobbly. This one too. Other side.
Ellis, thanks for the super chat. Your echoes behind the scenes, that's right.
Come on.
Those donuts look good already. I'm gonna have to move the light for you guys to see better though. I don't know why it's
They
not.
look what?
I didn't say anything about.
I thought you said the donuts look something.
Oh, it's hard to see because the light.
Oh.
I gotta fix the light for the people.
Well, that one I'm just gonna hold under, I guess, because it doesn't wanna flip for me. So we're just getting them golden brown.
Hopefully that's better.
Can you guys see any better? No,
No.
I can't. They're getting the shadow off the
Yeah.
side of the pan. You might put them here and they can see in this way, I don't know. All right. Those two are done.
Hmm.
And then we're just gonna let them sit on this paper towel for a second and get some of the grease off of them.
I don't know, guys. I have a hard time getting you light. Let's try this like this. This doesn't get in your way.
Well, that did it. They can kind of see.
That's cool.
Did that help at all? Moving it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just hard because my light tower doesn't go any taller.
All right, now these need to be. These gotta go in the sugar.
Back you guys up so you can see the whole process. Yeah, I need lighting in my garage.
And yes,
That's
I'm
pretty
just throwing
obvious.
and fingering it, guys. It's just me and Nate anyway.
That's right. Take these off.
Where did I? There it is. They're golden brown on the bottom, flip them over.
Jen is pretty darn good in the kitchen. Jen is also pretty darn good in the garage too, at least right now. Cooking in the garage. Donuts look heavenly. Yeah, they're really
They're
good.
gonna be great.
They're really good.
Nate really liked these the last time I made them, and this is what he wanted, but I'm looking forward to, I wanna make some apple fritters. I think they would be amazing.
That's kind of like a donut, right?
An apple fritter? Yeah, it's fried like this, it's just got apple in it. Chunks of apple.
Like sourdough, they started apple fritters, right?
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah. Just wanna make that sure they're golden brown. That one looks good. Let some of the oil sit. You definitely want to set them on the paper towel for a second, otherwise they just hold too much oil in them. And they taste really oily. I've had that happen too.
Look at those golden donuts, guys.
Now watch this, I have something fun for you guys to see. Let's move this in for a second. Nope, it's not this one, it's on this one. Ha ha ha. West Virginia donuts, guys. I have a West Virginia cookie cutter. I cut out a couple West Virginia donuts. I just realized tonight that there's a W in West Virginia. I don't know what the states look like. I could probably barely draw Wisconsin, and I was there forever. West Virginia donuts. Kind of fun. Throw a couple donut holes in there while we're at it. This was just the end of what I had left after I cut the donuts out. Why waste the dough when we can fry it?
We're not wasting stuff.
Hey, this is my show.
It is your show. I'm just agreeing with you. I'm being a soundboard.
Sugar some donuts.
Missing lives a lot. Glad I'm here today.
I thought I brought a lot,
Glad you're here.
but I might need more.
Man. She can cook anywhere. Apparently she can cook on sawhorses in a garage that's not
I
done.
cooked Nate an entire Italian meal on the back of a
Pickup truck.
pickup truck one day
Uh-huh.
on his tailgate. Stuffed shells, all of it. The entire thing I did on the tailgate, right here in the driveway.
Yep. Before there was even an idea of
Also
a
for
garage.
video.
It was.
Well, there was thought of a garage, just no plans. It wasn't even in the works, anywhere near the
No.
works yet. It was a dream at that point.
It was
I
a
think.
dream. Back of 20-year-old truck. Megan Donuts.
Ooh, West Virginia donuts, look at this. They look cool. And you're right, Starla, they kind of flip you off. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, it's a game, I'll tell you. They get full of air and then they float.
They decide which side.
They decide where they want to be, and
That one's really
I
feisty.
really need it to be over. Come on. It's knocking this one back over. You flip back over. Come on. Last time I could kind of just bump them and, no, it's too full of air. There we go.
All else fails, hold it there, I guess.
I'm trying. It's not easy.
No, I see that. That's
I don't know if
crazy.
that one's gonna cook. This one rolled back over too. There we go. I just need it to kind of get wedged in there. Oh, wedge yourself in there. We'll have a half cook. This one's obviously from West Virginia. It doesn't want to behave. Typical West Virginia donut.
West Virginia style donuts from the garage. Yippers, you got it.
Off-grid sourdough discard donuts. There we go. Now she's stuck there.
Stop it, you're making me hungry.
There's gonna be plenty. Y'all could probably reach in here and grab
Yeah,
it.
just reach to the screen, guys. Grab a donut. There's plenty sitting here.
I has no problem sharing.
Stubborn donut is Nate's, probably.
They're figuring you out, aren't they?
They are.
Ah, the West Virginia donut. There we go. These ones are a little thick. I would really like that one to cook on the bottom a little bit more. There we go. No. We're gonna call that golden brown. We're gonna call it good, guys. All right, guys, it's the West Virginia donut. They puffed up, they don't totally, this one looks more West Virginia. This one kept its West Virginia shape. West Virginia donut. Oh, it's nice and crunchy too because I just stuck my thumb through it. I'm gonna have to go get more sugar. Which means you're going to have to do something.
All right. Nate, please don't put tartar sauce or sardines in these, okay? All
I don't
right.
let him mess with my cooking.
Jen
He's
makes
on his own
donuts,
with
though.
that.
Or if Jen makes bagels, though, I might have to.
Oh, I'll make bagels. I'm gonna make sourdough bagels.
Otter saying it looks so good.
All right, good.
In the show, thanks for the fun. Killer advice, Grandpappy Quibbers. Thanks.
Golden brown.
Quibbers, appreciate it. Very much so.
You guys should probably only do 3 at a time. 4 might be a little.
Very
crowded.
cool. I'll try hard not to miss any super chats, guys.
All right, don't let these get too dark, Nate.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my sugar.
Chef Nate is on the case.
Chef Nate,
Is this a case?
we're all in trouble.
Do we call this a case? I don't know. Are they too dark? Guys, you gotta tell me when to do stuff. I'm somehow in charge. Can't believe I haven't eaten one yet. I can't believe I haven't eaten one either. Don't let them get too dark. I'm not really doing anything. I mean, I'm just trying to look busy, hoping that looking busy keeps them from somehow going bad or something. I don't know. Am I doing good? I'm eating Krispy Kreme. I love Krispy Kreme donuts, but I can tell you what, Krispy Kreme doesn't have nothing on Jen donuts. So I think it's almost done. I don't know. I was gonna keep tapping it with this thing and swing this around like I'm doing something. Take them out. Take them out. Chat tells me to take them out. Do I need to take them out? I think I do. Okay, I'm taking them out, guys. Taking them out. Chat said take them out, I'm taking them out. I'm relying on you guys telling me. This one, the end didn't get done. Oh well. I wasn't even paying attention to how Jen was putting them in there. I feel like I need to put more in there. She's coming back soon. If I just start grabbing them and putting them in there, she's probably just dropping them by hand. Maybe, I don't know.
Look at you.
I'm doing it. I don't know what I'm doing. I just let the chat tell me what to do.
They're watching, they know what to do.
I'm glad somebody knows what to do.
They know what to do.
I have hands. If you tell me what to do, I'll do it.
All right.
If there's any for Jen at the end, you did good, Nate. Okay. There will be, because I had a really full meal, because this isn't the first time Jen has cooked today. I guess this is cooking, because I don't think this is baking.
It's a style of baking. Well, it's a pastry, we're cooking pastry and not food, but.
Sure. Yep.
Mmm. That's good.
Jen's that is good, guys. I haven't even had any yet. I'm eating one right now. Yep, that's good.
Tastes like a donut.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't really anywhere around here to get fresh donuts.
Yeah.
Unless you go to the little donut car down in Ripley. And that's a long drive for us to go just for donuts.
An hour one
And
way
usually
just
when
for
we're
donuts.
down there,
They're never
usually
there.
when we're there, they're not open. The first time you make them, you almost get sick though, because they're so good, you just can't stop eating them. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait a second. I overdid it on the donuts.
If it wasn't for Jen, he'd barely eat. Yeah, that's true.
Well, he'd just eat crap.
Look up, I was here by myself for just about 2 years. I
What
did
he's
not
willing
eat
to
much.
eat is scary. That's the problem. What he's willing to eat is scary. But then he'll turn around and make himself deer ribs or something and make something really good.
Uh-huh. Sometimes it takes forever to cut the ribs apart.
How you doing, guys? How you
Ravioli
doing?
and duck eggs, coffee and donuts. Charleston's like an hour and a half. Tuna bagel was a new low. That was not a new low. That was one of my better meals.
That was sardine bagel.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't even tuna.
It was sardine bagel. Tuna bagel would have been more visually appealing maybe, but
The funniest part of that whole thing was I'm talking to him on the phone and he says, oh no, actually he sent me a text message. I got hungry and I looked in the fridge and all I saw was tartar sauce and bagels. So I made a fish sandwich with my canned fish. I said, you goofball. There's all kinds of like little individual microwave meals that he had prior to me being here. There's
Nope.
chicken in the fridge. There was all kinds of things he
stuff.
could have done had he wanted to or looked hard enough, but he
Nope.
seemed to be happy with his sardine sandwich, so.
I just prioritized other things and everything else involved taking time.
It's better than the Skittles and frozen cheese, though, guys. That's what happened one time when I was gone.
Yep.
Block of frozen cheddar out of the freezer and Skittles. Sour Skittles.
It was good. It wasn't maybe the most nutritious meal ever, but I feel like that comes with the trades of being a contractor. Probably. So does Barnett and our boy. Is Will still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. He was here cutting firewood today. Not firewood, he's
Oh
cutting
my
wood.
gosh, he's got a comedy video out today. He changed his name back to Will Survives and did a video because people were upset that he changed his name and saying, well, but guys, I had to change it because I plan to move to Alaska, and what if it says Will Survives? Like, what if I go to Alaska and Will, and then it ends.
Pretty
But
funny.
Will doesn't survive.
Thank God for women. That's right.
You better go to Alaska before he gets a dishwasher.
I got frozen cheese. Yep, frozen cheese. That was good.
Frozen cheese kind of crumbles in your mouth, and that's,
Yeah.
I think that's what he likes about it, is the texture of it.
Uh-huh. Nothing tops ravioli omelets. I totally watched that ravioli omelet video again
Somebody
today.
made a ravioli omelet.
Huh?
You did? Or somebody did?
No, they were just talking about it, and I said I was looking through. I watched the ravioli omelet video today again.
Oh,
I'm taking part of it to put in another video.
cool. Let's throw a couple donut holes in here too.
Those meals are not good for you, Nate. Those meals are not good for you, Nate.
We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
Which roofing is on the garage now? The roof is completed.
Need walls.
And actually, because you are a member, the roofing video is available for you right now. It just came out about an hour ago for the members. It'll go public end of the week, I think.
Also, anybody who was waiting for the Who the Heck Did I Marry series to come out, in one long video, it's out there now too. You can watch the whole thing in just a matter of 4.5 hours.
Well, it's called What the Hell Happened. It's the last public video I
That's
got
what it
out
was,
there.
Yeah. What the hell happened? Hers was.
I could have titled mine that, but somebody else already took that title.
Right, yeah. I just remembered one of the titles. I didn't remember which one was what.
Care to elaborate what this channel is about? It's about Narrowway Homestead. So this is the homestead. Right now we're cooking off of a solar powered generator making donuts. Because we can.
We live off grid. Solar power and rainwater collection. Got the animals. We built in the garage. Just living the life. Living life.
Living life. It's our own very unique life. Tends to get more sugar. That way if we eat too many donuts, we get the diabetes.
Hey, you just calm down. Some people suffer without sugar.
Some people do. Not really me if I eat too many donuts.
All right, for the rest of these guys. I'm
OSB
gonna throw some cinnamon
table.
in this.
Yes, cinnamon is good. Cinnamon is delicious. Siding done in the garage yet? No, it is not. OSB table, absolutely.
It's the off-grid table.
It is. It is.
I think we need a little more cinnamon than that. Cinnamon can get very strong now.
I can. Used to be able to eat 12 donuts of glazed. Me too. I think I could eat 12 of these, but
I almost made some more of that brown butter glaze like I made last night for the Rice Krispie treats and used that on these. But then time kind of got away from me and I already had the house too hot from cooking dinner, so.
cinnamon sugar. Yes, she's doing cinnamon sugar right now. Check out JRS Donut Castle in Parkersburg sometime. Might have to. It is a little bit far away. It'd be kind of cool to show up there with these donuts and be like, hey, do you have any that are this good? It'd be
Yeah,
funny.
they might not have, well, they probably do a sourdough donut.
I don't know.
A lot of places do a sourdough donut.
They'd probably be like, ours are better, and then I'd have to get all mad at them, and then there'd be fistfights in the parking lot.
Fighting over his girlfriend's donut.
That's right. My girlfriend's donuts are better. And the bloodier their nose got, the more they would tend to agree with me.
Oh my goodness, Nate.
What?
You're funny. Come on. I think next time I won't do so many donut holes because they don't want to flip very good.
Yeah, I suppose maybe that's why the donuts have their traditional shape. I don't know. I feel like there's a very important reason why donuts have that shape.
Then why do they use the donut holes?
Because they decided not to waste.
You don't have to waste it, you push it back into the dough and reform your donuts. That's, I mean, I don't have as many holes as they do donuts because I put it back in the dough and made more donuts.
That makes sense. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
You do not know?
Nope.
Do not know?
I do not know.
He do not know.
Do not know. I wholly do not know.
Oh my gosh.
Fighting over Jen. What a true gentleman, Nate. That's right. That's a gentleman thing to do.
He's not fighting over me. He's just feeding you guys a Lennox. I gotta blow my nose because it makes me cough. Dang it.
Nate, have you ever thought of donuts as jumbo honey nut Cheerios? No, but when you see me with a gigantic 5-gallon bucket full of these donuts tomorrow and me pouring 3 gallons of milk in it, you'll know that I did think of it. It'll be amazing.
What are you making? 5-gallon bucket of donuts?
Yeah, I was gonna take these donuts tomorrow morning, put them all in a 5-gallon bucket and pour all of our milk in it and then eat it like Cheerios.
Like donut cereal?
Like Cheerios. Big Cheerios. No, I'm probably not gonna do that. It's about the
Tell you
surface.
what, the construction crew's gonna be sad they didn't show up this week.
They are going to be. They really are.
Will and Jesse still don't know all the things they're missing because they don't stop in.
Yeah, they're missing out.
I like to rub it in their face when they get here though, and I'm like, oh, you guys missed Rice Krispie treats, and you missed sourdough donuts, and you missed
Right?
sourdough cookies, and all the yummy things. You're missing them.
So it cooks evenly. People are answering my question about why the donuts are shaped like that for even cooking and stuff. That makes sense. I'm doing a Niesen. The Niesen. Holes in donuts help them cook more evenly. Sourdough donuts, that's a thing, my mind is blown. I'll tell you what, the flavor is amazing. Like the sourdough flavor, it works.
And it's just the discard, so you still have to use the yeast to actually get the rise, but you get the sourdough flavor in it from the discard. Did I put that in the wrong spot? Come on.
It's the construction crew on vacation. No, they actually have another job that was before this one that they didn't finish yet. Typical construction life things.
They were so excited to get out here, they took a break from that one to come out and start this one, and then they never finished. It's time for them to go finish.
Well, they're back there all this week. What's that silly Buzz dog doing? He goes to hang out of the garage because I keep chasing him out because he
He was
keeps
sitting out there, he chased me down to the house.
trying to get involved with donuts. And I said, no, they're my donuts. Donuts from Minion.
Minion got donuts last time, we gave him one.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting there though, guys, we're getting almost done, we got 3 more after this batch. Let's do some cinnamon sugar on these ones, because I like the cinnamon.
I do too. I forgot about cinnamon sugar.
Oh,
I just like the crunchy. But that has the crunchy.
yeah, it's still granulated sugar. They're really good too if you, when they're still warm, you can put them in powdered sugar and then the powdered sugar will kind of adhere to them, and then once they cool, you can put them in the powdered sugar again, and then it'll stick to that kind of frosty gooiness that the hot stuff created, and it's really yummy.
Underrated flavor. I'm not keeping up with the chat very good. I'm missing stuff. Potato donuts are so good. Adam says potato donuts.
One of my favorite donuts is just regular cake donuts, like a chocolate cake donut with chocolate frosting and some peanuts on it. Oh, yum.
That would be
Or
good.
blueberry cake donuts, yum.
Yo, Nito, who's Jesse? Jesse's Will's cameraman, and they're not here. They did say they were going to maybe be here all day, and then they were
We're
only
here for a few
here
hours.
for a couple hours.
They were gone by the time I went looking for them.
Got stuff to give them, got Rice Krispie treats to give them, got donuts to give them.
Yeah, they just totally missed out. Eventually, they'll learn that they need to pop in and say hi when they're around, because you don't know what you might be missing.
Yep, that's right. Oil are you frying with and how many degrees? It's 375 and it's a cold pressed canola oil. Most of you guys probably don't know much about that, but
Oh, it wasn't vegetable oil?
it is. Cold pressed canola. It's considered a vegetable oil, I'm pretty sure.
Vegetable oil and canola oil are not the same.
Oh,
There's two separate things. So if this is canola, that would make it a little different than just your regular vegetable oil.
okay.
You just need your favorite frying oil, whatever you like to fry in.
Sure. A lot of people like peanut oil, which I've had stuff fried in peanut oil and it was good. I just like the cold press because it's supposed to be less, I don't know, carcinogenic or whatever. It's supposed to be healthier. I mean, I can eat more donuts.
He's already made a dent in that pan I have over there. That's hysterical.
And cold press, yeah, I've only seen it like one time and I bought like a whole bunch of the oil that was cold pressed. I was like, what?
Let's see more of this. We've got a 5-gallon, well, half of a 5-gallon bucket now, but
I had 15 gallons at one point.
I have half of a 5-gallon bucket of oil that I dip out of when I need oil. And a 50-gallon drum of sugar and a 50-gallon drum of salt. I haven't had to buy salt or sugar since I've been here, guys, except for I wanted rock salt for my grinder. But aside from that, I have not had to purchase salt or sugar. And probably won't have to for some time.
Probably not ever.
Oh, at some point I will.
Unlikely, because as soon as one of those containers gets half full, I'm going to panic that we're out of sugar or salt and I'm going to go buy some.
Oh, well.
Or get to like the light,
All I
absolutely.
need to do is go in the storage unit and go through the stuff that I used. Like, you'd probably be surprised. You probably haven't been in there to really pay attention to how much of that shelf I've cleared off this year.
No, I haven't. But if you're using it, that makes me really happy. So it means I can buy more stuff
There's
to
some
put on
things
there.
I am out of in there
All right.
that I have.
Probably not out of canned beef.
No, I'm not out of canned beef. I can't say that I've used any of that. But I did use all of the black beans, the pasta sauce. Well, there's still some pasta sauce in there.
It was
I
hard.
used the pizza sauce, but I've just been decorating pasta sauce to taste like pizza sauce. So he hasn't said anything about it yet. So I must be doing okay with it.
Oh,
He hasn't said, wait, this isn't pizza sauce. Doesn't taste like pizza.
I've been hoarding that canned beef like it's gold because it was like the
You ate
only
some
food I had for a
videos
while.
with Some of it. And
I
I
did.
remember me and Squishy were like, canned beef, gross.
It was pretty gross, but it was free because it's already on the shelf.
Depending on what you do with it, you could probably mix it into something, some kind of a beef dish, and it would be okay. But yeah, if you're eating it just as the beef, no.
Right. Have to sell your firstborn child to afford good quality olive oil, definitely.
Oh my gosh, olive oil is expensive. I use all kinds of oils though. I use avocado oil.
I love avocado oil.
Avocado is nice because it's got a really low smoke point, and we do a lot on cast iron. So it helps to have a lower smoking point. Plus, if we have to season the stove or anything, that helps. All right, last 3 donuts going in, guys. 1, 2.
Last donuts. Wait for you to get this video thing out again.
I can chat with you guys for a second. Will and Jesse do live together. Jesse was actually living in the van, and Will was building the cabin, but they live on the same property. They've been best friends since they were little kids. They've known each other pretty much their whole lives. Thank you for the hug. Don't you be licking my utensils tonight, girlfriend. You guys can't even see these in here cooking, can you? There we go. Get you in there and see it. Right? I don't know if they'll... Hold on a second. I can't talk for a second.
All right, the last 3 donuts are in the fryer. There is a pile of them. There was more, except for I've been eating a lot out of that one corner right there. But this is down to 76%, and we still have many more donuts we could fry. We could fry more than 4 times what's there. But we will not, because we're out of donuts. You can only eat so many donuts.
He wasn't kidding, guys. He ate. That was full. He got on them. He got on them. I don't know what they will do permanently for Jesse's house. I know in the last place, Will finally got a cabinet for Jesse too, and then they moved. But he'll make sure that he's got somewhere comfortable too.
By the way, if you don't know, these are sourdough discard donuts. They're delicious. Ah, it's good.
All right, he did his movie, guys, or his video. He did his video. Let's put some more goodies on these. He's just over here mowing the heck out of the donuts. It's hysterical. The thing that is good about these, though, so you can actually just put these in an airtight seal them airtight in something, and they'll be good for about a week. I actually put them in the refrigerator. They stiffen up a tad bit, but you can warm them back up if you want. But they're really good coming out of the refrigerator.
They're the only donut I've ever
We
had
ate on them for a few days.
left over a couple days later that I was like, wow, these are like super amazing still.
Yeah, they stayed nice.
They didn't get soggy or gross or anything.
No.
Okay to freeze them? I don't know. Jen might know.
I've not tried to freeze them. You probably could, though. I always find when it comes to freezing stuff, I prefer to freeze it in the dough form and then just use what I want from it. So if you guys like homemade cookies and you don't like to stand around and bake off 6 dozen cookies, make your cookie dough and then make it into the individual cookie size shapes and freeze those little cookie balls, the little balls of cookie dough, freeze those. And then when you're sitting around some Sunday afternoon and just want some cookies, heat your oven up and pull those out of the freezer, let them sit for a little bit, and then stick them in the oven. You can do 6 at a time if you want. Then you don't have all those cookies sitting around. You have just a few. They're always fresh. They're always soft and warm. So yeah, dough form is my favorite way of freezing, but I bet you could freeze these. My suggestion, I think, would be to not sugar them. I would cool them as is and freeze them that way. Then when you defrost them, then I would worry about, and you might have to glaze them at that point. I don't know if the sugar would, how the sugars would stick. But it's definitely something worth checking out.
Adam says, one snowy winter day before Christmas, I made like 300 cookies by myself a few years ago and haven't done that since.
I'll tell you what, you'll do it once. It sounds like a good idea until you have to do it. The worst part is my mom had a really good chocolate chip recipe, but it was like a tripled batch recipe. And she would mix up the dough and then she would want me to stand there and bake them. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I got to the point where I didn't like to bake cookies because I felt like all day long I was constantly scooping cookie dough onto a pan and baking them for 12 minutes. We got a few donuts here, Nate. That one's mine. Don't you touch that. I knew you were coming over to here, reach for it. I'll smack your hand right in front of the
I
camera.
want the little crispy though.
You can have the crispy.
I want the crispy.
Stick it in the sugar.
Crispy.
I knew as soon as I called it mine, he was gonna head this way. All right, guys, and that's fried donuts.
That crispy was really good.
Yeah, was it?
It was.
A little burnt crispy. All right, here we go, guys. It's perfectly sourdough flavored. Can you see the texture inside of it? Not really. The lighting is really crappy for you guys. Perfect donut texture. So soft. Glazed donuts go bad fast from the grocery store. I think they don't expect you to save them. I think they expect you to eat them right away.
I think they expect you to buy a lot. Have them
Has
go bad,
anybody
and have to go
ever-
buy more.
Gone to the store and actually caught the Krispy Kremes right after they were delivered and they're still warm? A Krispy Kreme donut, still warm, is like, oh, it's
so good.
heavenly. Oh my gosh, it's heavenly. They just melt in your mouth.
There's hardly anything better than a fresh glazed donut.
We don't celebrate Halloween, so I probably won't do anything like that. I did get some mums to kind of make it fallish out here. And once I figure out a good routine for all the things that I have to do, I will schedule in some decorating and stuff so that I can keep the seasons up out here. I just haven't had a whole lot of time for that. Still kind of getting used to how everything works.
Sourdough is a lost art. It is a lost art.
It seems to be getting really popular again. To tell you the truth, I mean, I've been baking and cooking forever, but something about sourdough to me was intimidating.
Somebody just literally said in the chat, sourdough is intimidating for me. How do I start and maintain?
Let me fix that for you because it's not. What is that? Is that an eggshell? Totally was. How did an eggshell get stuck on the donut? That's crazy. Weird that it would be at the end of the dough too. I was very intimidated. I was very nervous. I had somebody send me some dehydrated starter. I started that way. I still was not really sure about it, but I played around with it until I got comfortable with it. And then now I just start my own and go with it. So you can measure with just utensils, but doing sourdough, it's better if you have a scale because you get more accurate measurements. And you really want everything to be even measurements. So when you start out, I start with 51 grams of flour and 51 grams of water. And you want to mix all of that in really good so that there's no lumps. All of the flour is wet. It should be kind of a thick, almost like a pancake batter consistency. And then I just take a rubber band and a thin, like a towel, a potato cloth towel, whatever, like this. Put over the top of it with a rubber band because you still want the airs to get into it. You don't want it completely sealed. And set it off to the side. And then the next day, you want to mix it up, and you're going to pull out half of the discard. Again, measuring it because that's important. And then whatever you have left, if you pull out half of it and you've got 51 grams of sourdough starter starting, then you're going to use 51 grams of flour, 51 grams of water, mix it up really good, do the same thing.
Apple cider donuts. That sounds quite interesting. Rolled in cinnamon and sugar. I don't know what that is, but I love apple cider and I love donuts and I love cinnamon and sugar, so that's probably awesome.
All right. We'll get you a recipe. You can show us how it's done.
I can do eggs and ravioli.
And anyway, you just do that every single day. You can keep your discard in a separate bowl or something in the refrigerator because the discard isn't yeasty yet. And you can use it in, there's a ton of recipes with the sourdough discard. This is sourdough discard donuts. It's not yeasty yet, hence why I use the dry yeast in this recipe. But then when you make sourdough breads, it's yeasty and you don't have to add the yeast. But you can tell because when you do your sourdough, you want to put a line. You want to draw a line or have some way to mark how much product is in your jar. Because you're waiting for within 24 hours for it to double in size and be bubbly on top. And you can smell the yeast starting in it. It smells sourdoughy. And start with little quantities until you're comfortable with it. But I was very intimidated by it, and I just finally dug into it, and it's been just fine. Looking at them is excruciating. They do look pretty nice, don't they? Reach out and grab you one.
Pretty nice. If you guys can reach and grab one, you can have it.
I'm willing to share.
Actually, if you can reach and grab like 4 or 5, you can have that many.
Yeah, take what you can, guys. I haven't eaten in 3 days. I'm starving. You can have as many as you want, Aaron. They are there for the taking.
What am I drinking on tonight? I was drinking on a margarita, but now I just have ice. And
Water.
next, I'll be drinking water.
You drank a margarita already?
I did. I
That's
was
because you're walking around instead of sitting.
walking around. I'm thirsty. I was gonna go get myself water to drink with it, so I drank it slower, and then I didn't. So I drank it fast. Eating with my eyes.
I wish I could share them with you guys. I wish I could hand them right through here.
Yep.
I might have to
hand them
make a batch before our next meet and greet. It'd be kind of fun to share
Would
a
be.
treat at the meet and greet. Instead of everybody bringing us treats, I could share treats. Carrier pigeon delivery? I would, except for I don't have any pigeons. I have ducks, but I'm pretty sure they'd eat it before it ever got to you.
Squishy, I don't know what you're talking about.
That is so funny. I said something to him last night about that, and he was laughing. He's like, I did not say that. And then this morning, he's like, oh, I wonder what clips they got. And he's listening, and all of a sudden he says Rice Krispies, and he was like, oh, crap, I did. It was so funny.
It was messed up.
It was so funny. He's like, I didn't say Rice Krispie. And then he totally heard himself did it.
Yep. Apparently I did.
It was funny. Homesteading
like,
pigeons,
what?
yep.
Like, what's wrong with me? How do I not know how to enunciate? Apparently I didn't.
Well, if you have a recipe for those apple cider donuts, you can send it to narrowwayhomestead@gmail.com, and I will totally give that a shot one of these times. That sounds like a great fall donut. I was gonna make some apple cider, actually. In a couple months, it's gonna be cold here, and I'm gonna have to keep the stove going in the outdoor kitchen or in the living quarters to keep it warm in there for us. So I just have a hard time with the stove and the oven and stuff being hot and it not doing anything but warming us up. I'm like, it needs to be in
To be
action.
making food.
Yeah.
We're all there, Nate. I remember Rice Krispie. Oh man, crazy. The whole Twitch clip thing is really cool until I say funny stuff.
It was funny. I saw you guys talking about it in the chat last night, and I said something to him, and he's like, I did not say that. And then boom.
And then there's like apparently
He
evidence.
totally heard it. He's like, I did say
I
it.
listened to it like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, no, there's no way I said it like that, but then I did.
Rice Krispies.
Then I decided it was an audio glitch. Jen didn't believe me.
Audio glitch.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. So my grandmother's donuts look great. Hope you enjoy them along with y'all's night. I think we will. I think we will enjoy them tremendously. But I'm probably sugared out for a minute. But lucky me, I know they're still
That's because
good.
you already ate half a dozen.
Probably.
They are good. This one right here is calling my
It's the
name.
excitement. Could have been the excitement.
That one's calling my name.
Yeah. Eat your donut Krispy. Eat your Krispy donut.
It's so soft. Yep.
Good with coffee tomorrow. Yeah, but have Rice Krispies too. So like
And
coffee,
cookies.
donut, Rice Krispie, cookies. Could have been me flirting with Jen when I said Krispies. Could be.
Eat your donut. Be
Once I made a
the
fried
cutest thing Nate's ever
donuts.
said to Jen ever.
Once I made a fried donuts made with ricotta and I drizzled it with homemade salted caramel sauce. That confuses me. Isn't ricotta like a cheese? I'm so confused. How's that a donut? How do you
It's probably an ingredient in a donut.
I bet.
How old was I when I learned to cook? So, cooking, I don't think I really learned to cook. I always had to like brown the meat when my mom was making things, I would brown the meat and do things like that to help out. And then I just kind of watched as far as that goes. And then I learned just kind of to throw things together. Baking, I totally learned from my mother. She bakes like a scientist, so I'm probably very old school. I watch some of these videos of people baking and like they take a cup and they're like a cup of flour and their cup isn't even full. It's like 3/4 a cup full. And I'm like, you can't count that as a cup of flour. I'm all about the certain methods of measuring, making sure everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. And I've been doing that since I was young. When I was really young, like I said, she would mix cookie dough and then I would bake off the cookies. And then we just got to where she started showing me how to read recipes and put things together. And then I just started loving to bake.
Ricotta cheese is added to batter and makes it so soft. You don't even taste it. That's interesting.
Yeah, I believe it.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, they're homemade. We just made them here on live. They're sourdough donuts.
Yep.
Sourdough discard donuts. Bake like a scientist. Great t-shirt idea. Oh,
Mad scientist
that is a
bacon.
pretty good.
I could do mad scientist bacon. with eggs and
No, this is
ravioli.
not about Nate.
And then on
This
the
is
other
not
side-
about Nate
and then
or
on the
Mad
other
Scientist.
side, Jen, the
You guys
actual
hear he's gonna be baking,
scientist.
right? You guys hear that he's taking over the baking?
You didn't let me finish. I said then Jen, the actual cooking scientist, would be there holding good stuff, and I would be holding like goopy eggs and ravioli.
This is about Jen. That's right, it is. It's all about Jen. He's so used to being in the spotlight. He's like, oh yeah, I could do Mad Scientist baking. This wasn't about Mad Scientist.
I was putting you in the corner with like. All
Don't
the
put
good
baby in the
stuff.
corner. You can't put
You
baby.
had all the good
He
stuff.
does. He probably doesn't get that either.
Oh, man.
You better get a hairnet
But I'm
and a
not
beard
actually
net and all
cooking.
those things.
I was just making a ravioli and eggs.
That's not baking.
I know. That's because you were going to be on the other side of the shirt with the actual food, and I was going to be making a slop. That's the mad sign.
Oh, we're both on the shirt now.
No, that's what I was saying in the first place.
Oh.
You just didn't listen.
No, I didn't. I got offended as you were taking over
You
the
did,
scientist
you did.
baking. Don't put anchovies on the donuts, Nate. Yes, this is one that will be in the, I'll have to give credit to somebody else because I 100% took somebody else's recipe, but this is something that would totally be in a cookbook. A hand of this, a pinch of that, yeah. Some recipes that you do that with won't turn out though, and you'll be like, why? There is a science to baking, unlike cooking. Yeah, he's not seen that. I was telling him, we were talking the other day and I was telling him some movie lines that people use all the time and he didn't know where they came from, but he'd heard them and I'm like, well, that's where that comes from. You don't like them skinny with big holes? Well, these are big and fat. They've got big holes, but I mean, look at the size of that donut. And it's fluffy. It's fluffy. It's not a big, heavy donut. Baking is chemistry, a tasty chemistry. I like that too. Yes, Nate is definitely more the mad scientist. I agree. You're welcome, Samuel. Thanks for being here. I wish I could share them with everybody. The dough flour was just regular flour. Wisconsin, it could be, I would look at the weather. It's been so off everywhere. It's probably gonna be decent during the day and chilly at night. We got Eye Heater's girlfriend over here dipping her finger in my sugar bowl. You can take a donut introvert. We're okay with that. I think I chased him off when I got offended at him trying to steal my baking show. Hello, Austin and Kim in Oregon. Thanks for joining us. Oh no, cat puke's no fun. It happens, but it's no fun. Thank you for the flowers. You're welcome. I'm glad you guys joined. I hope you enjoyed this. This is a lot of donuts. They'll only last a few days, especially once the other two guys realize they're here. Cider donuts. Somebody else was talking about cider donuts. Spider donuts. Now I'm talking like Nate. Somebody else was talking about cider donuts, and I gotta try that. Spotted cow, yes, when you're in Wisconsin, you gotta grab some spotted cow if you're a beer drinker. For sure. Spotted cow is amazing. Any of the New Glarus you should try, but spotted cow is the top dog. I'm gonna have to hide mine, huh? Yeah, I said spider donuts, I know. Supposed to have rain in Wisconsin? What is a spotted cow? Spotted Cow is a beer made by at the New Glarus Brewery in Wisconsin. And it's Wisconsin specific. You can't get it outside of Wisconsin. You have to go to Wisconsin to get Spotted Cow, or have somebody who loves you in Wisconsin to send it.
That's super nummy.
It would be a nice sign of love, getting some Spotted Cow.
And the Moon Man. Moon Man is yummy. This was my favorite beer for a while.
Oh, we could call them spider donuts in memory of Spoot. Hello, New York.
Could make
We are
spider
what?
donuts.
We are good.
Maybe that's what you were talking about.
Well, they were talking about the apple cider donuts, and I said spider donuts on accident. I said, look at me talking like Nate. Yes, I do have a duck named New Glarus. Yes, I do. I call her Noogie for short, but Spoot just got old. She got old. Over to the other side. There's Ocean in the chat. Ocean made Rice Krispies with me last night. We're good, Steven.
2 people, didn't they?
Yep, Ocean and Angie.
That's right. I was trying to remember. Yeah, it was totally
Vermont
Angie.
Homestead.
For Spoot. Yep, Spoot was a good spooter.
Lived in Colorado and toured Coors. Very cool. I watch around every once in a while when I'm out doing things to see if I can find a little jumper that we can put in there, but.
Yeah, those other
And they
two
were
spiders.
delish. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed them. We enjoyed them too. Can't find brick cheese in Seattle. I think you can go to marscheesecastle.com. Mars Cheese Castle is in Wisconsin. If you guys ever watched that 70s show, they used to go to Mars Cheese Castle. It was just a couple miles from where I lived. And I think you can order brick cheese mailed to you. They have some very good cheeses. Nate bought a super, super aged sharp cheddar there.
It was like 17
He says,
years
I'm
or
buying,
something.
he says, I'm buying cheese. I said, okay. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And the guy, about what you would maybe be able to have for like three burgers or something. It wasn't very much cheese.
Totally.
And I can't remember the price on it.
It was like 8.
But it was so good. It was so good. I couldn't believe how much it cost for so little of it.
But you couldn't eat like, if you ate like a whole big bite, like that would be just too much. Do I keep Old Testament dietary restrictions? Yep, I do.
Thank you, Jen, for making us donuts. Thank you, Nate, for setting up the video stream. You're welcome. Cheeseless in Seattle. Oh my gosh, that's funny. He has a beer brewing kit. He just doesn't have time for that. He will one of these days, though.
I totally do.
One of these
I
days.
used to do it over the wood stove. Probably be pretty easy to do it over a cook stove. Baking is a science, cooking
Hello,
is an
hello.
art, and I'm not good at either of them.
I can do both. I'm in Oregon. We have blocked cheese in the deli.
What is block cheese? Like, is it just a big
The
block
block.
that you slice? Like
Yeah,
it's
like you pull out of the
not like a
freezer.
special kind of cheese or
No,
something.
no, it's just that it's blocked. It's not brick cheese.
Brick cheese.
It's better to shred. It melts better. Things like that. Because when they So when you buy a bag of shredded
It's all
cheese,
covered in
it's in
potato
cornstarch.
starch or
Yeah,
something. I don't
yep,
know what it
it's
is.
got a light cover of starch on it to keep them from sticking together.
And it molds within 2 minutes of you putting it in your own fridge. At least that was my experience.
Steve says, thank you, Nate and Jen, for such an awesome and relaxing stream after a long work day for a trucker. Well, thank you for what you do too. I think a lot of people don't give truckers enough credit for how much you guys actually keep us all going and running. And I mean, we wouldn't have food in our grocery stores, guys, if it wasn't for these truckers.
Or supplies to build my garage either.
Yeah, I was just looking at all the wood in here thinking the same thing. Or this
Came from
garage
Canada.
or
almost all of it came
anything,
from
really.
Canada.
You see a Berkey? What's a Berkey? I don't know what a Berkey
I
is.
didn't install that sheet right. It says this side down, but it installed it sideways.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God, Nate.
It is. I'll have to make a video about that. Something about my contractors messed up. The side is supposed to be down.
We would have to eat the ducks if we didn't have truckers. That's right. That's right. Eat a donut, eat a donut, eat a donut. That's on you, Nate.
I already ate my share of donuts. I ate more than my share of donuts. I can't help it. Will and Jesse and contractors and all sorts of people aren't here.
My cousin owns his own truck company. Love those trucks. Yep. I was a produce buyer for a large grocery chain for 5 years, so I know exactly what it's like, and what it takes to get stuff into those stores. Brown butter chocolate chip cookies are amazing. Oh, I bet they are. I'm starting to think that anything brown butter is amazing. Spend months away from home to serve America. Bet as a thanks, we get the finger in traffic. That's fine, I guess. Love y'all's appreciation. So when I was driving to Montana a couple weeks ago, I had my youngest son who's just starting to drive with me. And he's almost 19. He just chose to drive late. But one of the things that I was teaching him about when we were driving on the highway was trucker appreciation and driving kindly around the trucks and making sure that they can see you. And he said to me, it's really stupid that they don't teach you these things when you're learning to drive, because that's important for us to know those things. And he's right. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize that when you're behind a semi, if you can't see their mirrors, they can't see you behind them, guys. Like, don't creep up on the back of a truck so far that they have no idea that you're there. Tread beside them in their blind spot. That kind of thing. Like, just being courteous for the guys that are actually working on the road. Like, they're out there doing a job. We're out probably having fun and getting somewhere. Going to do something that we enjoy, and they're out there busting their butts for us. Just don't make it dangerous. Yes, flash your lights when they're clear to pull in. Absolutely. Let them know that there's room for them to get in front of you. Don't hit your gas and try to keep them over. Everyone do us drivers a favor, open your window and give us the arm pump. It makes us feel appreciated for the job we do. Thank you. That's awesome, Stephen. I remember as a kid pumping my arm, and I would get so disappointed when they wouldn't pull the air horn. Yep, show appreciation, guys. Gear changes look like a workout, especially on the older ones, for sure. Some random dude sent a $10 super chat. All hail Lord Minion. All praise be unto Lord Minion. Don't forget to like that super chat, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
I'll be sure to tell Lord Minion that his praises were sang in the chat.
Used to get apple cider donuts with my mama every Halloween. The bakery closed down not too long ago. I'm going to try and surprise her with some homemade ones this year. Well, awesome. I hope they turn out good for you. Just remember, measure your ingredients like a scientist. Yep. Measurements are important. They are important. Mad scientist Jen. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Nope.
What'd you look at me like that for?
Oh, not mad.
I'm not mad.
I don't see any sideways hat, upside down hat. That's not a sign of his life.
It's a little witchy. It's a little witchy. When I drive behind a truck, I stay where I can see the driver in his mirror. That way I know he can see me. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. That is the best. Jenna's mad adorable. Can we get a Nate hat for Halloween? Like Nate's leather hat? Like his
I need to teach him to wear hats.
buffalo hat?
He is so opposed to wearing anything. I gotta work with him on it. Because it would be cool if he would wear more stuff.
Hi from England. Hello, Justin. Thanks for joining. T-shirt idea, Jenna, Nate, mad scientists. With his little ears sticking out, right? As in hats would be hysterical. They are sourdough discard donuts. We just fried them up. Cracks me up thinking about Will and his tin shed on your garden, his shorts wrapping in it are golden. I hope he gets a donut too. So Will doesn't actually, the property you're seeing him on and where he's doing all those wraps is his own little area on the other property that Nate purchased earlier this year. That's Will's garden in the background and Will's little house that he's building. And he's only gonna get donuts if he actually says hello to us when he comes by here. Usually they come and go do what they're doing and then get in the truck and leave, and we don't, a lot of times, have any conversation with them. He's missed out on all kinds of goodies the last couple days.
Conversation with him. I talked to him for 40 minutes this morning, probably.
And you never said, there's stuff down in the house for you to grab, don't leave before you do it. There's Rice Krispies, Jen made cookies. You didn't tell him all of those goody things?
No, he was telling me stuff, so I was listening. And then I forgot about all the telling.
His loss.
I forgot about the telling. I forgot.
Minion is a mixed breed. He's a mutt. And for as smart as he is, he's really not so smart. He's just very, very trained and very
He's been
wanting. He wants to please.
He's been taught to think. He didn't have a lot of initial intelligence.
Yeah, he's taught to use his
learned
brain.
Intelligence.
Yep. You
Learns
can
to figure things out.
You can see him out in, if you see him out in public, you can see the total dog and just like the animal in him. And then Nate will actually turn that by making him do some things. And all of a sudden he starts thinking for himself again and he becomes a totally different dog. But he is Pug, Chihuahua, and Dachshund. No. Yes. Pug, Chihuahua, and Dachshund.
You said it in a different order than I usually do, but yeah.
I always get lost because we used to think that there was Beagle in there, and so I'm always like, okay, which dog was left out? And but yep, that's who he is.
You've heard me say it for like thousands of times, and I've said it for thousands of times. It's hard to quit saying it and adjust to the DNA stuff.
I was a mod who answered everybody. He's Pug, Beagle, and Dachshund. No, he's Pug, Chihuahua, and Dachshund. They're here, what a world. They are here. You can come grab some donuts. It's funny, some days he does not want to do the I'm listening to you thing, and you can see the expression on his face when he is just not gonna listen.
He has days where he's just
He has
like, no.
yep, he has his minion days where he's like, yep, I'm just a dog today. Charlo is purebred American Cocker Spaniel. She's super cute because she comes from a line of Cocker Spaniels that were bred as show dogs. So I compare her to my other Cocker Spaniels that were not, and she just is a much prettier dog. She's got perfect teeth, she's built perfect. She's not overweight, she doesn't overeat, she doesn't do a lot of the things that some of the not so well-bred dogs do. Grow Grub Farm Off Grid, super chat. My bearded brother, this guy in Southeast Ohio supports you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Grub. Off Grid Farm, that's cool.
Ooh, I bet I could make churros with that. I bet that would be phenomenal. I bet I could. I bet you're right. It is kind of the same consistency. I bet they would make amazing churros. Yes, Cocker Spaniels were from Lady and the Tramp. And after Lady and the Tramp came out with their new version of Lady and the Tramp, everybody fell in love with Cocker Spaniels, and they were overbred for a while. Cockers aren't the easiest dogs to have around. They can be aggressive sometimes. They're super cute, but yeah, you need to research your breed and know exactly what you're looking at before you just start grabbing them. Austin with the super chat. Can I have a donut, please? You absolutely can. Pick whatever one you would like. Some have just sugar and some have cinnamon and sugar. This one right here looks amazing because it's all like fat and blown up. It looks great. Yes, just like Dalmatians, same thing. Same thing. I wanted a Dalmatian until I started researching them. Yes, Cockers totally have an attitude. It took Charlo a couple months to get used to, she's so used to just being with me. It took her a couple months to realize that Nate was in charge too. She actually nipped at him a couple times when he would try to move her, shift her, get her to do something. Cocker Spaniel wasn't good with your sister's kids. Yep, that happens. It totally happens. Yep, they're moody little things. Wow, you pull all kinds of things, Stephen. My aunt had a cocker, and she was more fashionable than I could ever aspire to be. And they have to be groomed all the time, and I groom Charlo. I mean, she came from a show line, but I don't show her, so it's okay that I give her a chop shop haircut every once in a while. I'm getting better. She looks better and better each time, but don't talk down on the donuts. They're beautiful, and I have $2 just to say so. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I think I have to eat this donut hole right here, though. It's peeking out from the corner there. And it's so soft. You've wanted an English cocker for a while? What do you like about the English cocker, Jen? I prefer the look. I prefer the muzzle and stuff on the American cocker. The English cocker has the longer, more full nose. They're still cute as ever, but I just prefer the look of the American. He is getting closer and closer to me. He wants
Hey.
this donut so bad.
Aslan, come. No, come.
You better listen.
Aslan.
Listen. I can't treat you if you don't listen.
Aslan. Sit.
Come. He says, "Oh, I think I like that." That was it. That was the last bite. I don't have any more. I gave you the last bite. Oh, look at the drool now. Now he's dropping drool all over the floor, guys.
You gave him a donut, he got, or a piece of a donut, he got 30 calories and lost 200 gallons in drooling for it.
Yep. Was that yummy?
That's a cool way, isn't it? That's a cool way.
See how he sat right on Nate's foot? He always has to sit like right on your foot or right next to you. He's got to against you.
So change the come command for him, not only is it come, but it's sit.
Nate, why are you kicking the dog? He's not kicking the dog.
Oh, I was kicking the dog.
Oh. Oh, yeah, he's just pushing on him. He's just playing. So you play with a 175-pound dog a little different than you play with the 18-pound dogs. There's a little bit of a different play there. He will warm your tootsies. Az sleeps outside. He has a job to do. He protects the homestead while we are getting some rest. You can watch him protect the homestead on Twitch. A lot of times he just lays right in the stream. And then he'll bark and scare the daylights out of you.
Get your
No.
donuts.
He's going to go help himself to the whole tray.
Hey. Hey.
No, we have not seen Saber. No. Sir Az, that's right.
Good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy.
They're sourdough discard donuts.
Boy.
Craig Bryant with the super chat. Just asking Nate, are you going to add more batteries after you get the garage built? If so, how many batteries and how are you doing, Jen? I'm doing good, thank you.
I will be like probably upgrading the entire solar array, not because of the garage, but because I can. And I'm using more electric than I ever planned to, partially because I'm on social media. I designed this system to not run a lot of electronics, and the more I'm on social media, the more stuff I run.
That is definitely what Az is saying. I want more donuts. Yeah, he keeps looking up at the tray and hoping we don't notice. Hello, Kansas. Az howling has woken you up. I bet. He gets loud. Typically, if he's howling, he hears coyotes in the distance. He howls back at the coyotes. If there's something out in the woods and he's not sure what it is, he goes into full bark mode. Roughly same weight Mastiff plays the same way. Yeah, you just play a little rougher with them. That's just, yeah, it's a lot different than playing with your little lap dogs, that's for sure.
Sit. Hey.
Twitch eats electricity. Hey Nate, I've been listening to your life story. It's great so far, thank you. Good, glad you're enjoying it. It gets crazy. Oh, he would eat it in you're right, he would eat it in a split second. Oh, Nate's playing with him and now he's getting excited. Jumping at him. Hello, New York. Yeah, the coyotes, yeah, they don't want to go check. He howls when we're coming home too. That's funny. He gets so excited when we get home. I almost am afraid to walk in front of him because he comes running down the hill and he's knocked me over before. You goofballs, you guys gotta watch these two. These two are being so silly. Yeah, you just play with him a little different. My dad's dog and I would wrestle, and even though I'm a 6-foot tall person, that German Shepherd would throw me to the ground and drag me around. Now he's old and wants nothing but sleep and love. Yeah, it's sad when they start to get old like that, but just give him lots of cuddles and lots of loves. A coy dog, so hopefully she keeps me safe. She should. You guys can't even see them over there. He's gonna take Nate down on live, and I'm not gonna be able to protect Nate because, you know. Oh yes, I give Az a hug every night before I go in. Yeah. Do you ever plan to be more upfront about where you get your beans and the cost of the beans? Like origin, name of the farm and farmers. If it's a blend.
They come from all over the place and it changes all the time, and I get them from a middleman and don't always know all that information.
There you go. It's not that he's keeping secrets, he just doesn't always know all of that.
I do prefer to get beans from small farmers though, for sure.
So the blends are actually put together by us. He doesn't buy a blend of beans and say, okay, this is this blend. They take the individual beans and put them together in a blend that we prefer or that we approve of. And the guy that does it is just really good at it. Oh, he's about big enough to ride. A small person can ride him for sure. He's gonna take Nate down in front of you guys. Distract him with the donut. Yeah, you almost have to. Bite his butt, Az. No, we're not gonna eat him. Recently just lost our pit bull. Definitely was my dad's dog. She loved to wrestle with him. Sounded so mean, but would never hurt anyone. I taught my mom also had Cocker Spaniels. I taught one of them to growl when I would go up and give her hugs and loves. I would growl at her and she'd growl back. And my mom went up to give her love one day and she growled at her. My mom got upset and I was like, hey, don't get upset with her. I taught her that. She's just loving you back. Get him, Az. We've thought about trying to get Minion to ride on Az. I just don't know how well that would go. He's getting aggressive now. He wants to be serious.
No. Sit.
When Nate's ready to give up, Az gets a little more. He gets a little more pushy because he doesn't understand that it's done yet, and he thinks if he gets pushy, he'll play some more.
Go easy.
Rip off his back pocket.
Easy.
Still need a light roast. I really think, Seth, if you tried the Minion Sweet Blend, you would be impressed.
Good boy.
Put his car seat on Az, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the kittens are good. I don't know if I've really seen them do anything extra funny or cute recently, aside from just being all cuddled up together. No, the cats don't curl up with Az. They curl up with each other, though.
Might curl up with that eventually if I work
Will's over on his own,
Be cool.
over on the other property in his own living area. He is starting to learn boundaries. He is. Just takes him a little bit,
He's doing really
especially when you
good.
get him all excited.
He's doing good. That's why I let him play more aggressively, because he listens when I tell him we're done.
Yeah.
So I get a little more rough with him.
My dog gets pushy in wrong situations. She's a really high energy dog. I would say she's an energizer bunny. You're sleepy. I'm a little sleepy too.
Yep, I'm sleepy.
Yep, the
I'm
cats
cold.
appeared on Twitch last night. Yes, Dagger loves the girls. Yep.
Hey,
No, we're not upstairs. We're downstairs. There's the steps right there.
turn around for me.
Dagger. Come here, Dagger. Oh, that's why. He saw Az.
Hey, you better not chase him. Aslan?
Grew allergic after a while, was allergic to cats, and it switched. I had cats, and then I didn't have cats, and then all of a sudden I developed a cat allergy. Had a foster dog that got pretty pushy when he got excited. Yeah, they can. They can. They just don't know the boundaries. They just don't know boundaries. How was Charlo, black girl dog, liking the homestead? She is loving it. She's getting much better. Yeah, Digger saw Az in here, and then he's like, yep, I want nothing to do with it. And he thinks if Nate picks him up, he's going to take him next to Az. Aslan, come. Good boy. That was a good listen. Yes, that was a good listen. Yes, it was. That was a good listen. No, you stay away from the donuts. No. Look at him look. He says, I'll sit pretty. I sit pretty for you. He wants them. Yeah, I like his bandana too. It's hunting season. We need as much orange on him as we can, because if he chases something out into the woods and there's hunters out there, we need them to know that he's not a deer. I made chocolate-covered coffee beans with some of Nate's coffee beans, actually. Yeah, him being white does help. Is that a beam stretcher? It is, no, it's not a beam stretcher. That's hysterical though. It's called, is it a breaker bar, guys? It's for bending metal. I think it's called a breaker, a press brake. There you go. Az did have a donut. I can't give him any more because of all the sugar on it, but he did have a donut. He shared with me. Yeah, the camouflage clothing, the only way camouflage clothing is okay is if it's not hunting season and you're out sitting watching deer or in a blind, because once there's people out there with guns, you can't be out there in camo. You got to have orange, or I think they're coming out with a new hunter blue. Has something to do with, I don't know if it was color blindness or the way colors show through certain things, that they thought blue might be better than orange. I don't know where that came from.
Thank you.
Made dog cookies this month for my dog, and I don't think they love me as much now that they're gone, right? They're like, you're holding out on us. Orange hair paint, right? You should be out there in all kinds of bright orange. Hunter pink. It's got just bright colors, like bright colors. Right, not a deer in orange hair dye. That's funny. Thank you, Isaiah. Thinking about changing it to pink. Yeah, that wouldn't be good because most of the hunters out there are men, and there's a lot of men that don't want to wear pink. Yes, I think that's what they were saying, was orange can be mistaken for brown. Plus, if you think about it out here, all the bright orange leaves and stuff, when the leaves start to change, like it just wasn't the best color, I guess.
Don't bother him.
Okay, that makes sense, graphics. That makes sense. Need X amount of square inches of hunter's orange. In some states, you also don't need any orange during archery season, only gun season. Okay, that makes sense. Every state's gonna have different rules. What kind of light is on the live? It's this thing. Whatever that thing is.
Beaver job site light.
A Beaver job site light. Beaver. Beaver's got some cool stuff, guys.
It's all waterproof and stuff. It's been outside in the rain a while.
That's the one we used when we were in the hot tub last week, too.
Yes. He doesn't want to be snapped.
Dager doesn't dislike Az. He's just not sure about him. Mainly because Dager will be outside, and as soon as he tries to go from like the outdoor kitchen over to the living area, Az would see him, and Dager would start to trot, and as soon as he starts to pick up speed, Az chases him. Oh, the donuts are getting cold. That's fine. They're gonna be sitting out anyway. And he is loving Dad. He's a love. That cat is a love. You can pet that dog if you think he'll let you.
He doesn't want to be involved with you. He doesn't. He says no thank you.
He is excited to see Dager. He doesn't get to get too close to him because, like I said, Dager runs off and then Az chases him, and Az is just curious, and Dager thinks he's being chased. So, the kittens, yep, there we go. The kittens handle Az a lot better. He doesn't, for some reason, he doesn't chase them as much.
He does. The
But
kittens just don't care. When he gets
they don't
home,
care?
they're just like what?
Because he lays down and the kittens will walk right up to him.
Quit pestering him.
But
This is why he doesn't
Dager
like you as
doesn't
much.
do that.
He doesn't want to be investigated.
I think your dog would be like,
Be polite
who
and
did you cheat
respectful.
on me with now when I get home? Right?
Be polite and respectful. And you, quit trying to run off. Stay here and be happy.
Because Az is a working dog, even if he's asleep, you can't do anything. He hears and smells and he just knows. There's always a part of his brain that is constantly on alert. I'll pet him, we love him, and call him George. That's right. Dager is the oldest. He's still only 3, though. Come here, Dager, do. Come here, baby. Come here, babies. Yes, you come see Jen. Yes. Oh, yes, you come to me. No, Az. If Dager scratches me because of you, I'll be mad. Oh, Az is still pretty much puppy, though. I mean, he's only a year, not even a year and a half yet. Not even a year and a half. Got another month to go.
Leave the cat alone.
He's a
Hey.
Turkish Baz Shepherd. And he wants the cat. If this cat scratches me because of you, I'm gonna be very angry with you, Az. There's Dager. You're such a sweetheart. He's such a sweetheart.
Quit pestering him. I know you want to hang out with him, but
He's not kicking him. He's just tapping him with his foot. One of the things about big dogs like this, guys, is you have to be able to show some kind of force because Az will overpower Nate. So Nate has to let him know that he's going to have some force with him so that he will respond and
Just get him used to like not freaking out
Appreciate
about
it.
anything.
He's not hurting him or mistreating him at all. Hello, Australia. Minion is a pug chihuahua dachshund
Hey,
mix.
get off the counter.
Boy, oh boy, you just want to be in everything.
Hey. Come.
Yes, Az is almost 200 pounds, that's right.
Quit going after the cat. Quit sitting on my foot, you're heavy.
Is he bigger than a Great Dane? Oh, yes. Yep. He's pretty spoiled. He's a good boy. Look good in a sombrero. He probably would. No, he shouldn't get much bigger. He will fill out though. But he's probably about the size he's gonna be. He's gonna get serious with Nate here. Get that bear out of your garage, right?
Yeah, speaking of kicking, look at all this kicking. He kicks me. Ow. Sorry.
He might grow a little bit more, but he's pretty much around the size he's gonna get. He will fill out more though, for sure.
Easy.
He is huge. He's
Easy.
huge. It's funny when he runs down the hill, and his back legs get going faster than his front legs.
Sit. No. Sit.
That's right. He did kick Nate first.
Sit.
No, we don't do haunted houses.
Sit. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Oh yeah.
You did good. You did good.
Yep. And Az will have a girlfriend next year, we're hoping. We have a deposit on one, so.
Yeah, you did. You gotta remember going that. No,
Get a tape measure after Az? What, you want to see how tall he is, or what? What would we? Your pastor had a dog like that named Lobo. Very cool. Az, I'm gonna put Dagger down. I don't want him scratching me.
Don't be intimidated by teeth.
All right, I'm about ready to. My nose is running like crazy. It's causing me to cough.
As
He is awesome.
I don't know if he's so weird about it.
Now I'm getting. I had a little bit of a cold or something come up when I got back from Montana, and that went away. And now I think it's just allergy. And the cough is strictly from my nose, from my sinuses dripping.
Aslan, come here.
Sorry, I don't mean to blow my nose in your ears, guys.
Aslan.
It's chilly. It's probably, what, 55 out here, if that?
Sit. Something like that. Sit.
Yep, he gonna get a little girlfriend.
This is why I'm constantly doing stuff to.
Oh, he's very fast.
He's a little nervous
He's
about
faster than
all
Minion.
stuff.
Minion can't outrun Az, and Minion has been clocked at what, 35?
No, it's 20, couple of.
Oh, 25.
You might have done 25. I know at least saw 24 one time.
55 is cold for us when you're outside. There's absolutely no heat around anywhere, and it's damp. Az loves the 55-degree weather. But yeah, it's chilly for us when it's damp outside, and
You gotta not be weird about taking pictures.
oh, good, mother of cats. I'm glad to hear that. No, she does not have a name yet, but it'll have to be something cool and probably Turkish.
Aslan, how am I ever gonna measure you for weird statements?
But yeah, he's taken out a couple skunks.
Hey!
And who knows what else. Usually that stuff happens at night when we're asleep and we don't know about anything. We see him in the morning. Google says Kangles can run 55K and Turkish Baz are bigger than Kangles. Yep, I believe that. Curious about the next big plans? Finish this garage. We're finishing this garage. Does Nate like Will's music? He has an appreciation for it, but he's not into rap.
His minion video was pretty, or music video was pretty good.
Was pretty good, yep. Get Minion to ride on a one wheel like a unicycle. As does his job, and that is keeping predators away from our homestead. The goal isn't for him to have to go out and destroy something. The goal is for him to keep things away from here. And that's exactly what he's doing. Coyotes don't come anywhere near here. We had one come close. But Az was still pretty young. Nate, you should start bench pressing Az and get all swole.
I used to be able to pick up Az, but it wasn't the weight that stopped me eventually. It was the fact that his chest and hips just got so much further apart I can't wrap around anymore.
He's a Turkish Boz shepherd, not Asian. Predators in Virginia are coyotes, hawks, bobcats, black bear. The neighbors just sent me a video from their field camera the other day of a bobcat, a big ass bobcat carrying off one of their ducks. And we could have those same issues, except for I'm pretty sure a bobcat's not gonna wanna come anywhere near here. Minion's in the house where it's warm.
Oh, he's a big boy. Oh, he's a big boy. Oh, he's...
All right, I'm about ready to go in. My legs are getting tired, I'm getting chilly. Need to get this stuff put away.
Food stuff out of here.
Oh, I made sourdough discard donuts. You missed that part, but there they are. I mixed them up yesterday and had them in the fridge. And I rolled them out and you can take the donuts inside, Squish, I'd appreciate that. He is like a faucet with the drool, it's hysterical.
Quit running in the garage.
Yeah. He does mark the perimeter. Nate taught him to mark the perimeter.
I did.
Ever since he was little, Nate would take him out at night, and before they would ever come back onto the property, they would mark territories together, and he totally does that.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm ready to go inside. He won't leave the cat alone now. But I'm ready to go inside and. Oh, he came back in that door. Oh my God! Oh, he's still chasing the cat. Watch. There he goes. He just went after him. Watch. See? Full speed. This is why Dagger doesn't like him. And Dagger wants to hang out by us, but he is trying to avoid Az. So, should I just leave the fryer here for now?
No, Az will get in it and throw it everywhere. It'll be pretty good.
Alright, that can go in the house. This needs to go in the house. This needs to go in the house.
This goes in the house too.
Oh, that can go down in the counter. Set it up on the counter there. Like that. Sorry, I'm in your view, guys. This is garbage. Stupid cough. It's one of those coughs that doesn't move anything, too. What do you want from me? No. No. We're gonna put people back on Twitch. Make Az a doggy corner in the garage. It's possible. He'll probably be able to get in and out of here. We really need him to be out where he can, so part of the thing is if we make him like a little area in here so he can come in here and sleep and stuff, he's not gonna catch the scent of any predators that come around. And that's what we want. We want him to catch the scent of those predators. He is totally plotting a donut tackle, 100%. He is wound up right now from Nate playing with him and all that. Thank you to the mods for being here. Appreciate all of you. You guys are amazing. Everyone who sent super chats, thank you. Everybody who hung out in the chat and just had a good time with us, we appreciate you being here. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We'll get Twitch up here in a few minutes. We got to get some of this stuff down to the house, and then we'll get Twitch up. You guys can run over to Twitch if you want to see where Az chills and all that stuff. If he chills, yeah, he's wound up right now. So, let me see if I can get this stuff in my hands.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.